I was 11 years old. I shared a room with my sister, who was 9 at the time. One night, as I slept in my bed, I was awakened by a bright light shining in my face. I was shocked, and at first I only saw the light. As my eyes focused, I realized that the light was a flashlight. I then saw the face of a man. I will never forget his face looking down at me. He was an African-American man, and he had a maniacal smile on his face, revealing one gold tooth. I was terrified, but managed to shriek out, "There is somebody in the house!" I had hoped my parents would hear me. The man turned and ran at my scream for help. He made it to the living room when I heard my father's voice call out, "There is nobody in the house. Go back to sleep." The intruder stopped in his tracks. His back was turned to me, and he stood there for what seemed longer, but was probably only a couple of seconds. I was hoping to see him keep going, but instead he slowly turned to face me. With that same sadistic smile, he started to come towards me again. I panicked and screamed out, "He's coming back!" At this time, my mother got my father to get out of bed. The man heard him and turned to run out the door. I was afraid my father would not believe me, but much to my relief, there were mud tracks all over the carpet and the kitchen floor. It was about 3 a.m. My father called the police, and they knew of this individual. The police were there until about 5 a.m. I did not go back to sleep that night, but I did manage to go to school the next day. I never knew whether they caught the guy or not, but I still remember his smile with that one gold tooth. One cold winter night, my husband and I decided to play with the Ouija board. It was snowing, and we had nothing better to do. Neither of us really believed in it, and it was just some silly entertainment for us. We didn't know any better back then. Anyway, after a few minutes, the pointer began to move around. It answered our questions, and seemed to know things that it shouldn't. We questioned each other if one of us was moving it. Both of us said no, but I think we both thought the other person had to have been moving it, whether knowingly or not. After accurately answering more questions, my husband decided to test it in a way that I could not influence it. He said, "Move that newspaper into the third cubbyhole." There was no answer, and we both chuckled but continued playing. After about 10 minutes or so, a fly came out of nowhere and started to loudly buzz all around us. It was a huge pest and very annoying. We both thought it was weird because mostly flies die off in the winter, and this one was huge. My husband reached for something and tried to swat it. He missed, and then we could not locate the fly again. It disappeared. He shrugged it off and set the item down. We then started playing again, and almost immediately the board spelled out, "Ha ha, look at the newspaper now." Much to our surprise, the item my husband reached for was the newspaper we had asked the Ouija board to move earlier, and my husband unknowingly placed it down in the third cubbyhole, just as we asked the Ouija board to do. This happened many years ago, when I was newly married and living in a small house just outside of Chicago. One night, I was doing laundry, and I noticed a flash out of the corner of my eye by the window. It went past the side door from the laundry room leading to the outside. There was a large glass window on the door, and it was not uncommon to see headlights or shadows go across, especially at night, so I did not pay too much attention at the time. But still, I had a weird feeling about it. Then, just about 10 minutes later, I was startled by someone trying the handle and pulling on the door hard. I looked and I saw a man's face in the glass behind the thin curtain. My heart jumped and I screamed for my husband to come. The man ran off into the field next to our house, but he couldn't have left because I would have seen him on the street. My husband went outside and looked around. He said there was no one there and the guy must have ran off. I noticed my husband was standing about 5 or 6 feet from a small, suspicious dirt hill in the field. He came back in and went to watching TV while I finished the laundry. I kept looking at that hill. I hadn't noticed it before. Then, about 15 or 20 minutes later, I saw that very same hill slowly stand up and walk off down the street. I'm not sure my husband believed me, but I felt lucky that no one was hurt. I don't know what may have happened if my husband got just a couple more feet closer to the hill that night.